It seems like it was just yesterday when we gathered for Bella Vista's season-opening win over El Dorado, but that was actually about 2.5 months ago. This afternoon, it's the penultimate home game for the Lady Broncos as they welcome Granite Bay to town for a matinee affair here at Bella Vista High School. For the Broncos, it's been a season of growing pains in one of the toughest conferences in the Sac Joaquin section, something Coach Becky Stewart hopes the underclassmen on this year's varsity team will gain valuable experience from. The lessons learned will hopefully garner future results for those like Ava Jensen and others who have gained valuable experience going up against the Indercombs and the Christian Brothers, along with some other talented JV players who will be making their way up the channel and onto the varsity squad next year. The same story can actually be said for Granite Bay. They are also in a very tough league. They are in the Sierra Foothill League. The Grizzlies come into this game 8-17, 1-11 in league play. Bella Vista 6-19, 1-9 in league play. And these two teams should match up pretty well. The Broncos, of course, we talked about. We mentioned Ava Jensen. We mentioned the likes of Ellie Tomei, of course, who are on the watch with her 73-point shots. Names to watch out for Granite Bay start with number 14, Allie Powell, a junior, who averages about 9 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 blocks per game. And then there's her sister, Katie, who is about 6 to 7 points per game. And then she's been known to hit the three quite often. She is their best three-point shooter on this team. There's Anna Craven, number 21, about 8 points per game. And then also number 25, Maddie Beneduc, who last year averaged nearly 10 points per game as a freshman on the varsity squad. So it should be an interesting one today. Can Granite Bay hold up against the more experienced Bella Vista squad, or will the Broncos be the ones celebrating following the Saturday afternoon matchup? Granite Bay with just one senior on their roster. The rest are juniors and sophomores. We're going to find out next, coming up right here on BV Live Sports. Hello, everybody. George Tharlson and Scott Hackman. Scott fresh off the lacrosse field as practice is getting ready, as lacrosse will be getting underway a little bit later on this month. But it's basketball, just 2 more home games left, 3 games overall. And the Broncos get a little break from league play, and Granite Bay gets a little break from league play, both playing in very tough leagues right now.
Very tough.
Obviously, Bella Vista has the likes of Indercombe and Christian Brothers. They've got Folsom and Del Oro, and
incredible.
So even matchup tonight, it seems could be an interesting one.
It can be an interesting one, and I like the fact that we're going against a young team for Bella Vista. This Granite Bay team is very young. They have a senior. They also have the Powell sisters, as you mentioned, which I assume, their dad's the coach, Brian.
Yes.
So they're going to be well coached and great, coaches' kids. But Bella Vista, I mean, they're coming into this on a Saturday. No school today, obviously, and they're just rested, ready to play some basketball. I really am looking forward to that effort that Bella Vista is going to bring.
Interesting you bring that up. Obviously, it's a different routine.
It is. Absolutely.
You don't have school today, so you actually, even though it's a 2 o'clock tip-off, you get to sleep in.
You do get to sleep in. I know Paige Hackman was telling me that she's pretty excited about that. It's been a long season, but a very fun season and a rewarding season on many aspects. But they're also pretty tired. They've played a lot of games. There's a lot of games in basketball. So being able to sleep in on a Saturday and then play some basketball, I mean, you can't beat it.
So we were mentioning Ellie Tomei at the start, 73 pointers.
Wow.
It's going to take a lot to get to the 94 that she hit last year.
Right.
But I know she's not afraid to take them. So we'll see how close. I guess it's maybe how close is she going to get this year?
Yeah, I don't think she's going to get to that 94 number, but I do know Coach Stewart wants her to take them. She wants them to, all of them, all the girls. She wants them to shoot. So hopefully they do that today, and hopefully they go in. That'll be really great because once the first couple shots go in, it'll be an interesting day if our shots are falling.
Bella Vista coming off a tough loss to Christian Brothers the other night. They only scored 18 points in that game. It was kind of a brutal, nothing was going right from the beginning type game.
Exactly.
And we've been talking a lot, of course, about Ava Jensen and her return a few games ago. She played in that game, did well on defense, but was held scoreless for the first time this year.
Yeah, I know. Christian Brothers is a phenomenal team. I went to that game, and their pressure was intense. It was a challenge for our girls to get the ball up the court. They did a nice job of rotating the ball, but just not quite fast enough. Christian Brothers is very fast, so it's no easy feat to rotate the ball against them. But to your point about Ava Jensen, she played a little different game where she was playing off the ball a little bit towards the baseline. And I personally think that kind of took her out of the game a little bit. But you're right. She knew she was out of the game offensively, but she picked it up on defense, which is what we needed. They didn't get the result they wanted, but they all worked hard all the way till the end.
One of the things that Christian Brothers did very well on Thursday was the transition game. Get the ball, get the rebounds, get the steals, and then get the layups at the other end.
Yep.
And that's been something that Coach Stewart has been talking about for Bella Vista, that she's wanted the defense to work on for a while. And obviously when you're playing the top teams in the league, it's going to be exposed more than, say, if you're not playing as difficult a competition. And certainly it was exposed on Thursday.
It was, and but I do think they can polish up some things. Like, for example, if they give up a turnover, they immediately try to get it back in their court, and they try to steal it again after a pass. When really, if they lose it against a team like that, you got to get back. Every one of them. Like, they were trying to play defense too far away from the basket, and to your point, it got exposed. So I'll look for that today. Hopefully they do get back on defense, because I know this Granite Bay, we saw them play at the West Park tournament, Granite Bay, and they looked really solid. And they have some height on them, so they don't play quite as fast of a game as, say, a Christian Brothers. But we are going to definitely need to get back on defense.
We mentioned Granite Bay. Lots of folks coming back next year.
Yeah, absolutely.
We mentioned the one senior, and that's Miko Cooper. They actually have two seniors on the roster. The other one is number 10, Elizabeth Jones. She tore her ACL last March, has not played all season. And I was talking with Coach Powell at the before the game today, and we were both talking about it because we've seen it happen here with our athletes the senior year, not be able to play, being out. I mean, Bella Vista had that last year with Samantha Graham. And it's always sad when something like that happens. I mean, I know that when they have their senior night, they'll honor her, but
right, absolutely. No, it's injuries are very unfortunate. But yeah, you definitely honor those seniors. Just like I love that you bring up Sam Graham. I mean, she was a fantastic teammate. She brought so much value to our team last year off the court. That it was, like I said, it was just super invaluable. And she deserves to be honored at senior night, as I'm sure Elizabeth Jones will too. So, definitely that'll be the case. So, there's two seniors, you're right. I misspoke earlier and said there's one, but two seniors on the squad.
So 8 players total that are active for Granite Bay. They did call up Sarah Cross, for a sophomore from the JV squad, for a couple of games. And so if you look at the Max Preps roster, you'll see Sarah Cross's name on there. She played in the JV game today, so she's primarily a JV player, but due to some other injuries earlier in the year, they did bring her up for a little bit, and now she's back with the JV team, and they have their core group of 8 players, including the Powell sisters at 6 foot and 6'2" for a sophomore and a junior.
Yeah,
so they've definitely got some height. But again, just the one senior is playing. Other than that, it's 4 juniors and 3 sophomores.
Wow.
Coach Powell was saying that the 3 sophomores do play some club ball in the off season, and so they get that. They get that experience playing against that tough competition that they also face when they play Del Oro or Folsom.
Oh, absolutely. It makes them all better, for sure. And I'm excited to see Sarah Radler play. I recognize that name as a Lax player, so it's going to be fun to watch her play.
All right, so we are going to head downstairs and get ready for the pregame ceremonies.
Welcome to the special matinee showdown, a non-league game between the Granite Bay Grizzlies and the Bella Vista Broncos. As you know, each season we have one game that is used to highlight and raise awareness about cancer. Well, today is not that day. It was not scheduled to be that day, but events have made it so. Today, the Bella Vista family are with the Foley family, one of our own families, family with an athlete here on campus. As Ivy Foley, a 13-year-old young woman who has fought pediatric cancer for years, had her funeral this morning. And our teams and our campus community welcome the Grizzlies to be with us as we have just a moment of silence to think of Ivy, her family, and all who struggle with this disease. Thank you. If you'll now join with us in honoring our nation by standing for the national anthem. And now let's meet the starting lineups. First for the Grizzlies, number 12, Katie Powell. Number 14, Allie Powell. Number 21, Anna Craven. Number 24, Hallie Tapuosi. And number 25, Maddie Beneduke. The Grizzlies are coached by Brian Powell. And now let's welcome the starters for your Bella Vista Broncos. Number 0, Paige Hackman. Number 1, Ellie Tomei. Number 21, Audrey Regpala. Number 32, Ava Jensen. At number 42, Mackenzie Dean. The Broncos are coached by Becky Stewart. Let's have a great day.
All right, so some Saturday afternoon basketball for you here on BV Live Sports. Looking forward to it here as the Broncos get set to take on the Granite Bay Grizzlies. Teams both huddling up. You can see them both there on the screen, either side, and we'll be jumping this one up and getting this ball game underway. And then we go into the final week of the season.
Wow. Man, what a year. It's gone by fast, considering the number of games. Looks like Coach Stewart's decided on a starting lineup. We've had the same starting lineup for a couple games now, so hopefully they get in a rhythm together quickly.
And a couple of 6'2" juniors jumping it up there. And Granite Bay controls the tip. That's Beneduke on the baseline. Bring it back out. Open three-point shot. That is Allie Powell that drills that one. It's her sister Katie that usually is the top three-point shooter.
Granite Bay comes out in a 2-2-1 press. Nice to
Very
see.
aggressive. Here's Audrey Regpala. She'll launch a three and drill it.
That's her shot. We need to put an X on the floor right there. That's her shot. She hits it every time.
So both teams hitting three-pointers to get the scoring going here.
I love it. Oh, another one. I like to see that shot by Audrey. We needed that. I don't like to see the other team hit a three to open the game like that. It sets the momentum, but we got it back.
Katie Powell passed up a three just a second ago there. Here's Benedict. Benedict finds an opening as the shot clock rolls down. That is going to go over to Bella Vista. It was rolling by a bunch of players, but the referee says it did not touch anybody.
Yep. Looked like from his angle maybe it didn't, but maybe from ours it did, but that's okay.
Right, Paula, high post it goes Jensen. Dumps it underneath looking for Dean. And that's Allie Powell that deflects that one away.
Oh, nice.
That is a nice scoop to the hoop by Hallie Tapuosi, her first 2 points of the game. Jensen. Here's Dean, high post. Ellie Tomei, first 3 of the game. Got it!
Wow.
Number 71 on the year for Ellie Tomei.
Beautiful shot. I like, maybe we should play all of our games at 2 in the afternoon on a Saturday. It looks like they have their legs under them.
Here's Benedict. She'll launch a 3.
Oh.
That one dances off. Jensen tries to get the rebound. Powell comes up with it instead. Here's a 3-point shot
Wow.
from the left side. Powell to Powell.
Looks like both teams have their legs under them. So this will be a fun game if the threes keep falling like this.
That's some Powell power there, if you will.
Oh, shoot.
Bad pass and taken away. Tapuosi will bring it into front court. Here's Katie Powell once again. Not afraid to take those threes. She's their top 3-point shooter.
Yeah, when she's that open, she's got to take it. I know Coach Powell likes to see that, I'm sure.
Speaking of top 3-point shooters, to Ellie Tomei and Audrey Regpala. Jensen. Broncos keep control. Regpala will launch another 3 and get it.
Great start by Audrey. Love seeing that. I'm happy for her.
6 points early on 2 3-point shots. Here's Benedict back the other way. She'll drive in, too hard off the glass. Dean the rebound.
So I've seen 2 plays by Ava Jensen where she kind of pulled back her hands a little bit. Oh.
That's Benedict with the steal and the finger roll.
I like to see her pulling back her hands a little bit so she doesn't get those cheap fouls right away in this ball game. So smart move by Ava.
Hackman. Here's Tomei. Lost the handle. Grizzlies by 1. Here's Powell.
Oh,
Gets her own rebound, launches another 3, and it looks like she was hit by Ellie Tomei, who immediately put her hand over her mouth and saying, "Oh, that was on me."
She saw that, yeah. But I love the defense. She got a hand up, but I do think she regrets not getting a box out there on that long rebound. But she came in a little late on the foul.
First free throw taken there by Katie Powell.
Nice touch. Powell sisters are quite good, aren't they?
Indeed. Well, you know, when your dad's the coach, I get the feeling there's a lot of basketball at the back in the backyard. I bet you there's a hoop there. They work on a lot of stuff.
I bet they do too. Lots of 3-point
And they're tall.
Yeah, they're very tall. He's tall too.
Yes. 3 of 3 from Katie Powell.
It's pretty.
6 points already.
All right.
Broncos down 4.
So that's the rotation on the press break that we saw at Christian Brothers. It worked well this time against Granite Bay.
Here's Givens to the baseline.
It's her move.
Inside, off the hands of Jensen and out of bounds. Broncos with some subs. Bridget Nielsen is in the game. Funny moment, I was walking behind the team as they were warming up at halftime of the JV game. And they were all lined up, and so I said, "Excuse me," as I normally would. And,
Yeah.
you know, usually what happens is people move.
Yeah.
But Bridget Nielsen was among those that were there, and she moved. But one of her teammates, and I didn't see who it was, I said, "Come on, Bridget, get out of the way! Get out of the way! Let him get by!" They were just giving her a bad time.
That's funny. Always picking on the freshmen. You got to
Yeah,
love it, right?
and you
It's
know
just,
what? She
trouble.
did her thing. That's an up and down, and they
Yeah,
didn't call it.
Nope.
Here's Katie Powell for 3.
Oh, we
as
got
the
ball.
shot clock expires, but it was in the hands of Ellie Tomei before the expiration. Givens to the baseline. Her runner is a little short. Rebound underneath to Allie Powell, and the ball is going to go out of bounds, deflected and knocked out by Bella Vista.
I love to see that adjustment by Emma Givens. The previous play, she drove baseline, which is her strong suit, and she passed the ball, and then it was turned over. This time she shot it. I want to see her shoot it every time.
Substitution in the game, Sarah Radler, the aforementioned lacrosse player.
Yep. Good defensive cross player there.
Jumper does not go. Tomei the rebound. Is Granite Bay on the schedule this year for you?
Not this year, no. They have but I mean, they always do really well in the SFL, which is an amazing lacrosse conference. So they're a great team.
Jensen inside, step around move. Nice move by Ava Jensen, and she draws the foul.
Love to see that. This whole, you can see a little bit of the game plan for the Broncos is to get the ball at the high post there. And she made fast work of that move. That was pretty good.
So Broncos cut it to 2, and Ava's going to have a chance here to cut it down to 1. It does. Basket and 1 for Ava Jensen.
Nice shot by Ava.
3-minute mark now. Collision in backcourt. Offensive foul. Nice job by Bridget Nielsen.
Well done by Bridget.
One of the things Becky Stewart pointed out in our chat before the game today is that Bridget took a couple of big charges on Thursday against Christian Brothers, and that's something that they've been working on.
Absolutely.
So I would imagine that we're going to be seeing a lot more of that in the next 3 years, because Bridget's only a freshman.
Yep, she's a tough kid, and it's tough taking those charges like that. But she took it.
Just an aggressive takeaway by Beneduke. To the baseline. Check that. That was Sadie Berg that made that play in backcourt. Going to get a held ball and an alternating possession will favor the Broncos. So it was Sadie Berg in backcourt there that just got her hand on the ball and just aggressively snatched it away. Mackenzie Dean trapped on the baseline, and again, is that Sadie Berg again? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I think they're going to call her for a foul this time.
Yep. I mean, that was good defense by Sadie
It looks like
Berg.
she's just not afraid to just reach in there, grab the ball, and take it away.
Oh, exactly. And
with the Marv Albert with authority.
And I think Coach Stewart, when she's extending her bigs like that, it's hard when they bring the ball down.
Mackenzie Dean in traffic. Here's Nielsen from the free throw line.
Amazing pass by Mackenzie Dean. I love that turnaround.
And a great look by Bridget Nielsen.
Wonderful.
Broncos putting up the full court pressure, and it looks like they just forced a turnover.
Nice.
Broncos,
good job.
By the way, now with the 1-point lead.
It's a good start. Lots great effort so far. And you don't have to get a steal every time. You can force a turnover on a press like that too. Well done.
Happy to have you along wherever you may be. Becky, Coach Stewart was telling me that we've had some viewers as far away as Germany. So Paige Hackman's jumper does not go in.
Germany, huh? That's pretty neat.
That's the great thing about YouTube.
Yeah, it is.
Nice Euro step on the drive there. Hallie Tepwosi.
Yep.
Ball ends up out of bounds, Bronco ball.
These officials have done a really good job so far, so they're keeping their eyes open like that. That's good. That's a tough call to make down there when two girls are going after the same rebound.
More subs. Tomei's going to get her first breather of the game. Jada Bellaberg is in. Bridget Nielsen stays in. Ava Jensen is back. Greg Paula and Mackenzie Dean. Here's Greg Paula. She'll launch a three.
Oh.
Jensen got a hand on it, but Granite Bay controls.
All right.
And a timeout's called by Granite Bay right before they tried to knock it off of Bella Vista.
Yep.
But good heads-up play.
It was.
And that was a good look by Audrey Rigpala as well.
Yeah,
so,
every time Audrey shoots, it's a good look. Like, she always has, her feet set first and then has a good follow-through. I mean, let it fly, Audrey. Today's your day.
And she certainly has 2 3-pointers already. And Ellie Tomei has one, so 3 3-pointers for the Broncos. That's 9 of their 14 points.
Wow.
And then that nice sweet jumper that we saw from Bridget Nielsen from the just left of the free throw lane.
Yeah, I think Coach Powell just wanted the time out there to regroup. I don't think he made any changes necessarily, but he just wants to regroup.
Here come the Grizzlies. In and underneath it goes. On the ground. That's Anna Craven, winds up on her knees with the ball. It will stay with Granite Bay. Granite Bay played last night.
You're kidding.
They
Oh, my gosh.
they lost at home to Rockland.
Yeah.
In fact, they played the varsity game at 5:30. I'm presuming that was probably because they were
wow.
playing at 2 o'clock today.
Smart.
Here's a three-point shot, a long three-point shot from the outside. Maddie Beneduke. That's her first 3 of the game.
Yeah,
Here's Nielsen.
The sophomores just move a little differently. They move like basketball players, so they have a good future in front of them here at Granite Bay.
They do indeed. 7 of the 8 players on the varsity squad, the 8 active players, 7 of them are underclassmen. 4 juniors, 3 sophomores. Collision between 2 members of the Granite Bay team. And, yeah, when that happens, you're probably going to wind up traveling with the ball.
Yep, got a little bit out of position, obviously, on that one. Sarah Radler tried to make the move, but her teammate was in the way.
Final half minute of the first quarter.
I love the
Saturday afternoon. Here's Nielsen. A little trouble handling the ball. There's going to be a kick, and so we'll check that.
Kick on offense. Interesting.
A kick on offense. Okay. So that goes over to Granite Bay with 12 seconds to go. Allie Powell. Beneduke at the high post, Craven. Over goes to the left side. Clock is counting down. Last second. And they had an opportunity to take a shot. I think they just didn't realize the clock was counting down. Come to the end of the first quarter of play here. And it is a 2-point lead for Granite Bay, but really kind of an even first quarter. We talked about how these teams are kind of evenly matched and kind of proved there in that first quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, 2-point game, I'll take that any time. Good defense there at the end by Bella Vista. They, an ill-advised turnover with a lot of seconds on the clock. They probably should have held it a little bit longer there, but they had a turnover. But what they do, they made up for it by playing really good defense, throwing Granite Bay a little bit off their rhythm a little bit. So then that caused they never got a shot off at the end of the quarter. So it's good to see by Bella Vista.
Audrey Regpala and Katie Powell lead the way with 6 points each. The rest of the scoring for Granite Bay, 5 for Maddie Beneduke, 3 for Allie Powell, and 2 for Hallie Tapuosi for the Broncos. 3 points for Ellie Tomei and Ava Jensen, and 2 for Bridget Nielsen, along with Audrey Regpala's 6. So there's your first quarter scoring. Time to resume play, and Bella Vista will get the ball to start the second quarter. And Paige Hackman will do the honors to get us underway in the second 8 minutes of play here. And we're getting a whistle.
Clock, we gotta fix the clock. No, they got it. They got it right now. Happens to the best of us. That is not a job that I like over there. That's a tough one.
Here's Greg Paula. Tomei thought about the 3. Now she'll take the 3. A long one. That one also may have been very close to Grandma Deb's front lawn in Texas.
Yeah, she's watching again because they're at their grandson's game today, but they're on their way.
Here's Powell. Dumps it underneath. Nice pass. Inside to a cutting Anna Craven. And she draws the foul and will go to the line.
I remember I one time had to run the shot clock clicker in this gym, and it was impossible. I was constantly watching the ref. You have to watch the ref tell you when to reset it, and I was always off. So I was constantly, what I did is I reset it too much. So it's a tough job, and I want to give a shout out to our parent volunteers that do that work. I'm so thankful for them. It's been a long year of many volunteer hours, so appreciate you all very much. Oh, beautiful.
There's Jensen underneath. Jensen with that step around move, and she's mastered that.
She has. That's her move right there. Great pass by Emma Gibbons. That's exactly what Coach Stewart wanted to see.
Ellie Tomei steps in front of that like she's a defensive back playing on Super Bowl Sunday.
Cooper DeJean, huh? For the Eagles. Who you got tomorrow, George? Who do you think's going to win?
Boy, that's a tough one. I think it could go either way.
Beautiful game, right? It's going to be close. It's going to be fun to watch.
Katie Powell gets a pick from her sister, launches the three. That one's short. Hackman the rebound. Here's Givens. Jensen to the baseline, closed off. Once again, there's the step around.
That's her move. I love it. She works on it in practice. She's really mastered that. So
and she's going to have that refined next year when she is a senior and
Absolutely.
probably leading the team in scoring next year.
Yep, absolutely.
Here's Katie Powell outside. Kind of a pink shoe theme for Granite Bay.
Oh, yeah.
You know I had to bring it up.
Yes,
There is a
wanted to
long shot. That's from Tapuosi.
I wanted to let you have that one. I knew you were going to make a comment about his shoes.
Speaking of pink shoes, there's Reg Paula.
Yep.
Givens.
We need
Tomei, she'll take that shot.
Ooh.
And Givens winds up on the floor.
Yep. She got kind of tangled up, I think it looks like, with Allie Powell. We need to get the ball down to the chartreuse shoes of Ava Jensen. That's what we need to do right now.
Well, she's got those the multicolored shoe thing still going.
Yep.
And I believe it's been the yellow one has been on the left foot. I think I'm pretty confident about that.
Exactly.
So she hasn't worn the other pair yet. Unless those were specially designed as one pair. That's a nice drive on the part of Tapuosi. Can't get the shot to go. Reg Paula has it. Nearly has her pocket picked.
Yep. Smart.
Ball deflected out of bounds. Craven knocks it out. It will stay with Bella Vista. Kenzie Dean will come back. Ava Jensen will have a seat. Bridget Nielsen returns, and Reg Paula will get a breather.
Smart play by Beneduc right there of Granite Bay to not get the foul or reaching over the back. She was smart enough to pull her hands back. It's good to see.
Here's Tomei to Dean. Hackman launches the three. Looks like that might have been deflected.
It was, yeah.
Powell intercepted by Tomei, her second of the game. And a long three-point shot off the back iron. She's getting the looks. Those start falling. Maybe she could get up to 80 tonight.
Yeah, that'd be nice to see, right?
There's a three-point shot from Katie Powell that will not go.
Both benches are cheering on their squads out there. It's good to see the sportsmanship and the good teammate, cheering on their players. Every shot they're cheering them on.
We've got a close one here tonight. Two evenly matched teams, and this afternoon.
Paige Hackman's doing a good job of getting the ball out of her hand to rotate it quick. Unlucky.
Tomei stops at the free throw line or the three-point line. Broncos turn it over.
You can tell that's something that the Broncos worked on after Christian Brothers, that they took a little bit too long to rotate it, but they're working hard to move it quick now.
Allie Powell, Tapuosi. Here's Powell again at the high post on Dean. Steps around, goes up with a kind of a backhanded shot there that does not go.
Nice move, though. She's really agile and quick on the feet for being such a 6'2" junior. That's impressive.
Mackenzie Dean down low on Allie Powell, the turnaround.
Yep.
Powell the rebound. Nice pass.
That's like what you were talking about there, George. These Broncos, they got to get back on defense right there. You can't be giving up those layups.
Granite Bay is getting a lot of good looks. Kind of victim to some of the things that have hurt Bella Vista this year, and that is you get the good looks, but the shots just aren't falling. Dean draws the foul.
Yeah, that's a really good observation, George. That's exactly right. Bella Vista's gotten a lot of good looks this year, and they just aren't falling. A lot of it's the pressure on the defense. You're kind of hearing the footsteps, but Granite Bay's got a little bit of that going on right now.
Want to remind you that the regular season comes to a completion next week. Both the Broncos and both the Broncos boys and the girls teams will be on the road early in the week against, I believe it's Wood Creek, and then home games against Vista Del Lago. Thursday night, it's girls senior night. the Broncos and Vista del Lago. And we'll have the live stream for you here on BV Live Sports at 7:15, and maybe even a little bit earlier as we'll bring you all the senior night festivities. Then we'll turn around and do it again, all over again on Friday night, the 14th, Valentine's Day, for the boys' senior night. So we'll have both of those for you. Those are our next and final broadcasts for basketball. And then get a couple of week breather, and then we begin lacrosse, which we're looking forward to doing that. We'll debut at the girls' game this year. That'll be our first broadcast on the 26th against Christian Brothers, yours truly with Aaron Keogh. And then 2 nights later, David Houseworth and I will have the call of the boys' game against the Duke. The Duke. They are the Blue Devils. Davis. Davis. The Davis Blue Devils.
They're good at lacrosse like Duke. And also, you mentioned Aaron Keogh. He came out to a couple of our practices to meet with the coaches to just kind of get some of the ideas of what we're going to work on this year and, some of the vocabulary. So he's ready to go.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to a fun season. Another 3 by Ellie Tomei. Tapuosi comes up with the rebound. What was really fun was for the boys versus girls game last year to have David and Aaron in the booth.
Oh my gosh, that would have been a hoot.
That was a classic.
Yeah.
There's a runner taken by Sarah Radler. Speaking of lacrosse players,
right on cue.
And she knew what we were talking about.
Yeah, she's like, I want to put up a bucket for these guys. They're talking about lacrosse. Yeah, she's a good lacrosse player.
Speaking of lacrosse players, there's Paige Hackman at midcourt. Emma Givens on the jumper from the baseline. Tapuosi comes up with another rebound.
Nice job, Ellie.
Third interception of the game by Ellie Tomei. Sign her to an NFL contract.
So, amazing work by Ellie Tomei, Cooper DeJean-esque there on the defense, but also credit to Bridget Nielsen there for causing a little bit of a deflection. Also, kudos to Emma Givens. I hope she hears this later. Keep shooting the ball there from that left side. It'll go in for her.
And if it doesn't, if you're aggressive enough, you'll draw the foul and get the free throws.
Well said.
Which is exactly what she did.
Yep.
And she's getting the free throws here.
It's basketball, right? You take it to the hole and get rewarded for it.
Allie Powell the rebound.
Good to see Emma Thompson in the game.
Here's Tapuosi. That's Sadie Berg with the three-point shot. Broncos back the other way. Here's Ellie. Inside. Loops up a shot that won't go for her. Rebound putback will not go for Emma Givens. Radler. Ellie Tomei showing her defensive skills once again, this time just to deflect the ball out of bounds and force an inbound pass here by Granite Bay. 2 minutes to go here before halftime. Powell, one-handed turnaround.
Nice move.
I was going to say the same thing. Yeah. 5 points for Powell. That's the first point scored by Granite Bay here in the second quarter, and we're less than 2 minutes to go.
So Bella Vista extended that defense from the end of the first into the second.
By the way, Bella Vista themselves only with 3 points here in the second quarter. Tapuosi's open for a three. Ellie Tomei was in the right place at the right time.
I'm glad she stayed there, those backside rebounds, those are so key.
Here's Hackman. Need to get Fuller to guard Hackman. Sorry, Radler. Need to get Radler to guard Hackman.
They'd probably check each other or something like that, Yep, that's a foul moving.
Well, you don't have the lacrosse weaponry.
No, you don't. No, it'd be funny to see. They might not even dribble. They may just run with the ball. That would be pretty funny. Just like old times.
have the ball in their hand and kind of do the
Cradle
the cradle with the ball. So we're going to get a timeout call, and everybody's probably just getting sick of us talking about.
Oh, I know. We could do it all day, though. I mean, this is fun.
We definitely do. So Scott is the head coach of the girls lacrosse team here at Bella Vista High School, and also extensive basketball knowledge and a daughter here on the team. So he's been obviously joining us all season for the basketball games, which is great to have you here. Obviously, it's been a fun season. We got one more to go next Thursday.
Yep.
And then I get to start bugging you in other ways during the lacrosse season.
For sure. Yeah. No, it's been a blessing to be here. And you mentioned next Thursday, which is senior night. That's going to be, a lot of tears, a lot of happy, celebration of these seniors that have put a lot of time in for this beautiful game of basketball. So it's going to be quite a night on Thursday.
And it's 5 seniors that will be honored for the Lady Broncos on Thursday, those being Paige Hackman, Ellie Tomei, Emma Thompson, Audrey Regpala, and Mackenzie Dean.
And I know Amanda Bunzy is leading that charge, but, I mean, it goes out to all the parent volunteers that do put on such a great night.
Nice backdoor cut and a reverse layup attempt. Does not go for Radler.
That was a nice play call by Coach Powell coming out of the timeout.
And it was good movement off the ball, too.
Yep.
Here's Jensen at the high post. Step around. I think they're going to get her for the walk.
Yep. You can do that move more on the low block, when you kind of take a dribble especially. But catching it right in the middle of the key like that, it's hard to make that double move like that.
It's a very low-scoring second quarter. Granite Bay with the 1-point lead. And that's Beneduke with the missed shot and the controlled rebound. Ball deflected away, and Tomei will let that roll out of bounds. Shot clock is off, 16 seconds to go before halftime.
Good to see some of the boys basketball team here to support the girls basketball team on this Saturday.
Here's Tomei closed off. Has her pocket picked. This is Tapuosi. 4 points for Hallie Tapuosi. Clock is expiring, and the Broncos don't get the shot off. So a very low-scoring second quarter, and in fact, for Granite Bay, they didn't even get their first points until 1:49 to go in the quarter.
Wow.
Yet they actually expand their lead from 1 point to 3 points in the second quarter. Again, very low scoring. They score 4 points to Bella Vista's 2.
Exactly.
So there you have it. It's the JV game was a low-scoring game. The freshman game was a low-scoring game. Both won by Bella Vista, by the way.
Nice.
And so we have we have 16 minutes of basketball left to go here on this Saturday afternoon here at Bella Vista High School. Still anybody's game right now.
Yep.
But Granite Bay kicked the field goal there at the close of using the Super Bowl theme, I guess. Ellie Tomei has her 3 interceptions, but Granite Bay's field goal right at the end of the half gives them a 3-point lead. And it's even a kind of a football score, 20-17. So.
Absolutely it is. Yeah, low scoring. I like that. I mean, that'll keep Bella Vista, with their defensive ability, that's keeping them in it. I also like at the end there we got the ball to the center of the key to Ava Jensen a little bit more. I want to see that the second half. I'm sure Coach is talking about that, but still keep shooting and getting those rebounds. So that's what they'll focus on next half. It'll be fun.
Jensen with the only 2 points for Bella Vista in the second quarter. It just and again, it's not a case of not having opportunities.
Right.
I mean, Coach Stewart tells them, if you've got the outside shot, take it. And so Regpala is one of your 3-point shooters. She took the shots. Yeah. They didn't go in. The first 2 did in the first quarter. And same with Tomei. She got some really good looks. She got her shots. They just didn't, they just didn't go in for her. But, again, anybody's game. Regpala is leading the way with 6 points for Bella Vista. Ava Jensen has 5. And then Tomei, with her 1 3-point shot in the first quarter, has 3. And then it's 2 points for Bridget Nielsen. Looking at Granite Bay, Katie Powell was held scoreless in the second quarter, but she still leads the way with 6 points. And her sister Allie has 5. So combined, the Powell sisters have 11 points, 11 of the 20. The rest of the way it goes, Tapuosi has 4, and Beneduc has 5. So there's your the scoring recap here at halftime. What would you like to see Bella Vista do in the second half?
Well, I want to see, with the shooting that Coach Stewart loves, just let it fly. They need rebounding. I want to see Mackenzie Dean get some rebounds, and I want to see Ava Jensen and Emma Givens and all the players get rebounds. I really want to focus on rebounds next half, and I also want to see Mackenzie Dean get on the board with a couple buckets. I feel like she can. I think she's great down low. So let's get the ball down there and get a little conservative and get the ball down low and get some layups.
And if the layups don't go in, you still have a better chance of drawing the fouls.
Very true. Yeah, we saw that, didn't we, George? We saw that a lot, actually, that first half. So, yeah, definitely that's a good point, too.
I know that in games earlier this season, opponents, Rio Americano in particular, went to the line many more times than Bella Vista, and Coach Stewart was adamant about it. You can fix that.
Yep.
You can fix that by attacking the basket more on your own, and the more you do that, the more opportunities you'll have to get to the free throw line. If you are Coach Powell, what are you telling your team? You've got a 3-point lead here at halftime. His daughters, the leaders scoring-wise, or at least 2 of the leaders scoring-wise for the team, and certainly leading the way tonight.
Yep.
What do you want to tell your team?
2 things I want to tell the Grizzlies is, one, a little more pressure on their press. I think that they do have a nice formation of the 2-2-1 press, but get a little bit more pressure on the ball. And then the second thing would be just keep shooting the way they're shooting. I feel like they've gotten a lot of open looks, and those scary for Bella Vista, but those looks for Granite Bay may start falling here the second half.
He's Scott Hackman. I'm George Tharlson. We'll take a brief break, and when we come back, we will get you ready for the second half of play here at Bella Vista High School. So stay with us here on BV Live Sports. Second half of action about ready to get underway here at Bella Vista High School. A Saturday matinee affair for your enjoyment, and a close one between Granite Bay and Bella Vista. Just a 3-point difference as you get a look here on your screen right now. The Broncos doing their second half warm-ups, and Granite Bay is doing the exact same thing on the other end. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook. BV Live Sports is on Facebook, facebook.com/BV Live Sports. We'll get the updates this weekend. We'll get everything all set up, and you'll see our next broadcast, which will be the girls' senior night on Thursday when Bella Vista, the Lady Broncos, take on the Vista Del Lago Eagles. That will be Thursday night. We'll honor the seniors, the 5 seniors, for the Bella Vista Lady Broncos, and then we will turn around and on Friday night do the same thing for the boys, and then we will close out the regular season, and then we will get ready for lacrosse, which begins on the 26th. So we're looking forward to that, and a full spring season of lacrosse. Both the boys and the girls teams should be fun teams to follow this year.
Absolutely, yeah. 7 home games for the girls. I'm not certain how many they have for the boys, but be action-packed.
All right, so we're going to get the second half underway. And possession will be to Granite Bay to start the third quarter here.
Looks like Coach Powell liked Sarah Rattler's abilities last half, so she gets the start this half for Granite Bay.
And will inbound the ball. This is Tapuosi. Nico Cooper seeing her first action tonight, the lone senior on the active roster. Here's Allie Powell. Swirls that one in. And the lead now up to 5. That's the biggest lead of the game for Granite Bay. Greg Paula thought about it. Here's Hackman. She'll launch one. Oh, that was on a line.
Now she has to get back on defense to get that ball back.
Thought that was going to be the one, Scott.
Yep, it was online for sure. Powell's a good rebounder.
Indeed. Here's Cooper for 3. Mackenzie Dean the rebound, and reaching in. We're going to get a foul called.
Wow. All right. He didn't like what he saw there. That's good. It saves our jump ball, too. So next jump ball will go to Bella Vista.
First team foul on Granite Bay. It looks like they called the foul on Radler, I should say. Here's Greg Paula. She'll launch a 3. That dances up and over.
All game, I mean, Bella Vista, their shots have been online. They're just not falling. So I think what Coach Stewart would say is keep shooting.
Absolutely. Here's Radler. Cooper closed off at the free throw line. Radler once again. Radler all the way in. The runner does not go. Dean the rebound.
Nice help defense there by Mackenzie Dean.
Tomei.
Yep.
They're going to call a foul on Cooper.
And I'm not just saying this because, Bella Vista had the benefit of their last 2 calls, but these officials have been doing a good job. It's a tough game to officiate, but they've been doing a good job.
Hackman, here's Tomei. Loose ball.
Yep. Oh, shoot.
And a travel called on Ava Jensen.
These guards for Granite Bay do a really good job of swiping at the ball when it's open. Not like a reach of foul or anything like that, but they do a good job of swiping at the ball. We need to protect it.
Tapuosi closed off. Here's Allie Powell for 3. Jensen the rebound. Broncos yet to score here in the third quarter, about 2 minutes in. Only 2 points in the second quarter. Here's Tomei. Jensen gets her own rebound. Step around move into Dean. Dean muscles up the shot and it drops in. Oh boy, the Broncos really needed that.
They did, absolutely. And, just like I said, we need to get Mackenzie Dean involved in this ball game.
First 2 points of the game for Mackenzie Dean.
Oh, nice back cut.
Nice give and go. Radler missed the shot. Powell. Benedict brings it back outside. Radler will launch a three. Jensen another rebound and then gets pushed from behind.
Yep. And the officials are staying consistent there with that reach in on the bigs down low after a rebound. Good rebound.
Looks like they called that one on Allie Powell. Averages about 8 to 9 points per game, 9 rebounds a game, and 4 block shots a game. In fact, she's like number 16th in the section in block shots. Tomei launches a long one. Rebound right into the waiting hands of Paige Hackman, and then couldn't connect with Emma Givens on the baseline.
I like to see Audrey Rapala take space there and dribble. That was good.
Here's Cooper. She'll launch one from 16. That does not go. Hackman the rebound. Tapuosi with the interception. Ball poked away from behind, goes out of bounds. Stay with the Grizzlies. With an assist from
comes a charge
Coach Hardwick.
Oh yeah, I see Coach Hardwick down there. This must be his Saturday. I saw him out working with the pole vaulters. Nice steal by Paige Hackman.
Indeed. Well, it's that time of year as well. Track season will be getting underway, and our colleague Carson Allen, a senior here at Bella Vista High School, will be doing, he'll be throwing stuff. So.
Yep, I can't wait to see that. It'd be fun to do a live stream at a track meet. Can you do that?
I would have to watch one first.
Yeah,
there's so
true.
much going on.
You would just yell, like, "Oh, that person won!" Right? That's what you would say, or you would say times. I think we could do it, George.
Here's Tapuosi, drives down the lane. Ava Jensen the rebound.
Wow.
3-point game.
We got lucky there on that one. That was no rotation on defense.
Long 3-point shot from Ellie Tomei once again.
We're kind of getting away from what I want to see happen here, where I really want to see him get it down low to Ava.
Left side, that's Berg, doesn't go. Radler was in there trying to get the rebound. Here's Berg once again. Benedict. Inside it goes to Powell. Keeps that pivot foot.
That's
She's
amazing.
just spinning. It's like the foot is nailed to the floor, but she slid it a little bit.
Yeah. She kind of lost her process. I think she took a shot in the face, too. That's got to really hurt.
She's going to come out of the game. Yeah, she's got a hand up on the face, so they'll take a look at that.
Definitely inadvertent, but you don't like seeing that. That's really hurts.
Haven't seen Katie Powell in a while.
No, you're right.
Here's Bridget Nielsen, drives down to the baseline. Tapuosi deflects it out of bounds.
Bridget takes the hit. She did like a spinny cartwheel. She got hit so hard. I think they're going to give her the foul, I hope, but.
They're just going to call it out of bounds, it looks like.
Okay.
Well, hopefully Coach Jason Ott is watching. See what Bridget Nielsen's doing here.
She is tough. My goodness.
Jason, the new football coach at Bella Vista. Little humor there based on Bridget's toughness.
For sure.
Ball poked away and right into the waiting hands of Hallie Tapuosi. She motors by everybody down to the baseline. Some good defense there by Paige Hackman to force Tapuosi into mishandling the ball and turning it over.
Yep, sometimes that little bit of pressure causes a second thought on the dribble right out of bounds.
Both teams only 2 points here in the third quarter as we are approaching the 3-minute mark. Here's Nielsen. High post it goes. They'll kick it over. Belleberg is into the game again. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Hackman. Here's Nielsen. Left side it goes. Belleberg. She'll launch a three. That doesn't go. Jensen the rebound and the putback is good.
Great work by Ava Jensen there.
Broncos within one.
Oh.
And a turnover. 3 players on defense, and they're going to say that this is out of bounds off of Bridget Nielsen. Sure looked like there was some contact. Allie Powell, by the way, is back in the game.
It's good to see. Good to see she's okay. Bridget Nielsen got a little bit ahead of her feet there and lost kind of control a little bit, but got the good steal, though.
I see Katie Powell. I think I see her on the bench. I've not seen her here in the second half yet, at least that I can see.
Yep, she is on the bench. You're right, and she started too. So
yeah, she is one of their starters. Loose ball on the ground. It could be that they're just happy with the combination that they have going on right now.
You're right.
Allie Powell underneath, step around. You're going to get a foul called on Bella Vista. Bella Burke and Jensen were both down there. That's on Bella Burke.
Yeah, I think Sarah Rattler's playing a heck of a game. So it's, Coach Powell likes keeping Katie Powell on the bench right now. Watch Sarah Rattler play.
Here's Berg all the way in. Scooping runner does not go. Jensen another rebound.
So what do we call Paige Hackman the point guard now? This is pretty fun.
Bella Burke double teamed. High post.
Oh,
over to the left side. Hackman for 3. That one's short. Bella Burke gets the rebound underneath, but they're going to get a foul called. They're going to say she hit Allie Powell from behind.
Yep, she did. She got her hip into her a little bit. I love that effort, though, by Jada. She's a good player. Nice little finish on the rebound, too.
2 minutes to go. And again, a very even matchup, low-scoring affair, especially in the second and third quarters. Tapuosi runs right into Ava Jensen, who was not set, and so she's going to get the foul called here.
Tapiosi, that's her move. I mean, she's very fast, and she takes a right-hand dribble there to the bucket every time, so it's a good move. Let's get back to fundamentals by the Bella Vista Broncos. Let's, pass the ball, set up in our offense. Ooh, a little bit over the back there, but that's all right.
Excellent rebound there for Granite Bay. So they'll keep it. Looking for Powell at the high post. Here's Tapuosi again. Pass deflected into Beneduke. Broncos control the rebound, and this time Bridget Nielsen is going to draw the foul.
Bridget, she's everywhere tonight, which is good. Love the effort. But, one thing she's going to work on in the offseason, I was talking a little bit about, she was talking a little bit about her footwork. Keep her center of gravity there so she doesn't get pushed off the ball like that.
Sadie Berg, the foul, 13th foul on Granite Bay. Tomei across the midcourt line. Underneath it goes Mackenzie Dean. What a look by Ellie Tomei.
I want to see more of that from Ellie. That was beautiful. The hesitation dribble for the pass. That's what you want to see from your point guard.
It's a collision, no foul called. Mackenzie Dean, 6 points here in the third quarter alone, as if she was listening to you at halftime.
Absolutely. Oh, good rebound.
Jensen the rebound on the missed shot by Beneduke.
Got to take advantage of these missed layups, It happens, but we got to take advantage.
Tomei off the screen from Dean. Here's Hackman to the baseline. Closed off. Tomei once again, and she'll launch a 3. Rebound to Bella Vista. Into Mackenzie Dean once again. That one doesn't go. Jensen, the putback, will not go. Broncos again get the rebound. Hackman's shot doesn't go. 4 opportunities for the Broncos.
That might have been the first time this year that we've seen 3 offensive rebound, 4 opportunities. So
Powell on Jensen. Powell backs in on Jensen. Turns around off the glass.
Shot. I love watching this basketball game, though. You get the ball down low and watch 2 centers, battling it out. I love it.
So I have to say it. The bank is open for Allie Powell, even on a Saturday.
Even on a Saturday, bankers' hours do not apply.
There's foul called as Mackenzie Dean goes up for an attempt. Allie Powell's going to get this one.
Does Mackenzie have 6 this quarter? Is that what it is?
She has 6
4?
points this quarter.
Okay, wonderful. So 6 total too, right?
Yep.
Good for her.
She'll take over as the leading scorer with 1 free throw.
Oh, beautiful.
And on cue, that's exactly what she did. This one would give Bella Vista the lead. So a tie ball game. Mackenzie Dean, all 7 Bella Vista points. There's a collision, loose ball, 3-point shot at the buzzer, will not go. That was Miko Cooper that took that shot. Just go, oh, look what I found.
Yep.
After the collision. So we've come to the end of the third quarter here at Bella Vista High School. A tight affair on this Saturday afternoon, 24-24. Again, a very low-scoring third quarter. It was 16-14 at the end of the first quarter, and now neither team has scored 10 points since. Well, actually, Bella Vista has. They are now at 10 to make it 24, and 8 points since then for Granite Bay. So this is, again, low-scoring affair, but it's both teams.
Yep, both teams. And, I mean, right now, Coach Stewart's just got to be like, hey, we don't even need to worry about quarters 1 through 3. Let's just win this quarter. Go home on a Saturday afternoon with a win. I want to see that. Like I said earlier with Bridget Nielsen, she was set up for that charge there at the end. She was ready to go. So that effort, it's something that all the players see on the team and hopefully resonates to them.
Broncos led by the 7 points of Mackenzie Dean. She scored them all in the third quarter.
Nice.
And it was all the points the Broncos scored in the third quarter. 6 points for Audrey Regpala. She had the 2 threes in the first. Ava Jensen has 5 and 3 for Ellie Tomei. 9 points for Allie Powell. That's about her average, and she leads the way for Granite Bay. 6 for Katie Powell and 5 for Beneduc, 4 for Tapuosi. Still no Katie Powell.
And then, you know, this is where it comes into play where you get the ball here at the fourth. I think that's key for Bella Vista.
High post to Jensen. Here's Bridget Nielsen. Goes up against the much taller Powell, and a shot is blocked. She averages about 4 per game and is one of the top shot blockers in the Sac Joaquin section.
Yeah, good player.
Foul called on Bella Vista. That's their first team foul here in the final quarter. Tie ball game. 3-pointer from Tapuosi. Nielsen gets a hand on it and deflects it over to Ava Jensen.
Sarah Rattler kind of baited her a little bit on that one.
So Ellie Tomei, by the way, has 3 interceptions and has thrown 2. Here's Radler. Now Berg will launch a 3. That's online. That looked good as soon as it left her hands.
It's a big shot.
3-point lead for Granite Bay. Hackman, Jensen at the high post. Jensen finds Tomei. Thought about the 3, looking to get open. Here's Hackman. Hackman with a leaning runner, does not go. Dean the rebound. They try to muscle it away. And they're going to say Dean traveled before she was tied up.
Looks like Bella Vista is dropping back in more of a, looks like a kind of a 2-3 zone, kind of a man-to-man.
Audrey Regpala back in for BV. Here's Powell. Gave her a little bit of room. She takes the shot. Mackenzie Dean gets the rebound.
Good box out by Mackenzie Dean.
Tomei. Tomei with the runner. Another block by Allie Powell. Radler tries to get it, saves it inbounds. Granite Bay will keep possession. Another 3-point attempt from Berg. That does not go. Jensen another rebound. I think Jensen's got to be double digits for rebounds.
Yeah. Great rebounding day for both these bigs. Starts with the hip, locking the hip, and getting rebound.
Oh.
She wanted that one.
She did. Ball didn't get there in time, I think.
I just noticed the yellow ribbons in the Broncos hair. That's definitely for the Foley family.
Yes, indeed.
That's a neat gesture by the Broncos.
They honored Ivy at the boys' game against Inderkum on Wednesday.
Yeah, that was a special ceremony. I was there for that too, and yeah, that was pretty special.
And if you want to learn more about the story, go to our Facebook page. We have the post that BV Lacrosse put up about Ivy. And we also have a link in the comments that will get you to the fundraiser, the GoFundMe account for the Foley family.
Yeah, it's pretty special. I appreciate you repping that.
Berg's three-pointer as the Broncos are within one. Was that Dean that got that last hoop?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
She's feeling it this half.
Greg Paulo with the ball, trapped in the corner. Going to get a jump ball, and it's going to favor Granite Bay.
Sadly, Rick Paula just kind of held it a little bit too long. I'd like to see her kind of dribble that ball up the sideline next time.
Here's Powell. Powell turns around. That shot will not go. Dean reaches over, gets the rebound. Tomei. Broncos could take the lead on this possession. Here's Jensen. Jensen on Powell.
Oh, wow, what a block.
Another one for Ali Powell. Here's Tapuosi. Bounce pass to Cooper. Cooper nearly winds up out of bounds, tries to save it, and it does go off the hand of Sadie Bird, her pass, and out of bounds. So 5:07 to go in the fourth quarter. After the teams went 16-14 in favor of Granite Bay in the first quarter, and a very low-scoring game since, but it stayed close. Granite Bay has led by as many as 5. Dean the rebound off the three-point shot from Tomei. Here's Jensen. Jensen to the free throw line, closed off. Here's Hackman, feet on the line.
Great rebound, by the Broncos.
There's a collision underneath. I think that Paige was turned in just a little bit, and looks like she's shaken up a little bit. Jada Belleberg getting ready to come in. I think Paige is going to get a breather here.
Yep. Every time Tapuosi gets the ball on the right side of the court there, she just goes as hard as she can to the hoop. She got rewarded with the foul call this time, but Broncos need to be watching that a little bit.
Tapuosi, one of the sophomores on this team, one of the 3 sophomores. We're going to, if Granite Bay winds up on the schedule again next year here at home for Bella Vista, we'll get a chance to see her again. Gets 1 of 2.
All right, makes it an even number. I like that better.
I would presume if these teams play again next year, it'll be over at Granite Bay.
Yep, for sure.
And maybe for her senior year, she can come back. Here's Greg Paula, guarded on the outside by the much taller Benedict. Here's Belleberg with a jumper from the outside. Jensen and Benedict fight for it. Possession arrow says Bella Vista, and so the Broncos will keep possession. Down 2, 4:20 to go.
Oh my, she's open.
Too tall for Ava Jensen.
Yep, little heavy.
Granite Bay can build their lead here.
It's a critical.
Berg for 3.
Critical possession by the Broncos.
That's going to go to Bella Vista.
I think Coach is thinking about maybe a timeout here over the next couple minutes just to regroup a little bit and set up an offensive set.
Deflected away. They're going to go to Granite Bay. They get possession there. So we mentioned that Granite Bay had a home game last night. They lost at home to Rockland 57-37. They're in the Sierra Foothill League. They don't seem to be any the worse for wear having played yesterday.
Oh, good job, Mackenzie Dean. I'd go right back to Mackenzie Dean right now because after that you get kind of fired up after a steal. She's going to take it to the bucket.
Givens. We've got Dean down low against Powell. Here's Belleberg. Belleberg from the free throw line.
It's a good shot.
Shots are just not falling for Bella Vista right now.
No, it's a good shot though. I mean, I want to see, you got to see him take it. And like I said, maybe 1 or 2 more touches down low would be good. I know I've said it all day, but Mackenzie Dean's had a good game, so got to go back to her.
This is Radler. Loose ball. Greg Paul is going to come up with it. She's got some help. Here's Belleberg immediately. She's bumped. That could be they're going to call the travel.
Yep.
The travel was caused by contact. You could have called a foul against Granite Bay, but they instead called the travel. Granite Bay looking to take advantage of that.
Looks like somebody maybe was yelling something, maybe.
They're going to have a chat with the
I've
administrator
seen this,
on duty.
I've seen this a lot happen lately. I've seen it a lot lately where the officials are told to do that. They're supposed to just go straight to the site administrator and let him take care of it. So every school's got one. Looks like it's John Hardwick going to take control here.
Here's Powell off the glass and in. The bank's still open for Allie Powell. She's the first player to hit double digits tonight. Broncos down 4. Tomei. Tomei draws the foul. Looks like Tapuosi may get this call.
Yep. You know, that is one of their strong suits for the Grizzlies, is slapping the ball like that. But that time she got her hand caught in the cookie jar. Hopefully these free throws right here will motivate, or not motivate, but like get Ellie within her rhythm now to hit a couple threes down the stretch here to pull out the W.
Tomei is a 75% free throw shooter. 2 big ones right there bring the Broncos within 2.
Yeah, it was.
Here's Tapuosi. Closed off on the baseline. Back outside. There's a 3-point shot. Will not go. Givens the rebound.
This rebound by Givens there.
Jensen.
There you go. Now they're getting it set up.
Chance to set the offense here. Here's Givens to the baseline. She'll put one up over Powell, and it drops in.
I'm telling you, that's her move. That is her move, that baseline jumper, and I'm glad she shot it.
And Powell gave her some room. She took the shot before she got too close.
She did.
Here's a 3-point shot right side for Granite Bay. Does not go. Berg took that one.
A huge rebound by Audrey Rapala, too. What a game.
Broncos could take the lead. Under 2 minutes to go. This one coming right down to the wire. Here's Tomei from the free throw line.
It's a little short.
Nice rebound again by Allie Powell. Very impressed with her.
Yeah, great player. All right.
And Brian Powell, the head coach, is going to call the timeout.
Yep.
30-30 tie, 1:27 to go.
Coach Powell definitely sees this as an opportunity. This is a critical possession right here for Granite Bay. They have the ball with 1:27 left. But you know what? I know Coach Stewart probably is pretty excited about that timeout too. She's going to let them get back, get set up in their defense, which is going to be key. And hopefully, she's probably talking, let's see, 1:27. She's probably got +2 plays set up. So like, if Bella Vista makes a stop, gets it down on the other end, what kind of offense are they going to run?
Here's an interesting note for you, Scott. At the end of the first quarter, it was 16-14 in favor of Granite Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Since then, it is 16-14 Bella Vista.
Oh, wow. No way.
There's your math
And
for
when
you.
that's You're
See,
a math wizard.
some of us can still do math on a Saturday. So
Oh, wow. I'm thinking about Handel's Ice Cream, and you're evaluating numbers. You're just an impressive mathematician, George. I love it. So the first quarter was 16-14, is that what you said?
the first quarter was 16-14 Granite Bay. Since then, Bella Vista has outscored Granite Bay 16-14.
Nice. Good.
And it all adds up to a 30-30 tie.
I did know that part. What a game.
Here's Powell at the top of the key. Ellie Tomei from behind. Great defense by Tomei.
Yes.
Broncos could take the lead here as we approach 1 minute to go.
All right, here's the +1 play that Coach Stewart set up.
Tomei straddles the 3-point line. Here's Regpala. Regpala will launch a 3. That's off. Rebound Tapuosi. Tapuosi will push the ball forward. All the way down the lane. Finger roll comes off. Jensen the rebound. Here come the Broncos. Broncos have numbers and a collision from behind. And there's a foul on Tapuosi. They're crossing the arms. I think they're calling the intentional here.
Yep.
So that's free throws in the ball.
I don't think that would have been an intentional. I absolutely think it wasn't intentional, but I don't think it would have been had she been in front of her. But because anytime you're going after a player like that from behind where they can't see you, it's definitely intentional.
So Ellie Tomei will go to the free throw line. You'll notice nobody is lined up on the lane.
Sure.
Because it is going to be possession or free throws and the ball. Tomei 1 of 2, so her free throws tonight 3 of 4, right on her average.
Yep.
Broncos with the 1-point lead, and they get possession of the ball.
The possession is important, Emma.
Somebody needs to inbound the ball.
What are you doing?
Because they could just put the ball down on the ground and start the 5 count.
I'm so thankful they did not do that.
Well, they usually give you a chance first. From the baseline, Given's shot does not go. Rebound to Radler.
Yep.
40 seconds to go. Radler. Here's Tapuosi. High post it goes to Beneduke.
Yep.
Inside it goes Powell. Step around move. Does not go. Rebound Powell. Gets the roll.
I knew they were going to go to Powell in that situation, so 32 seconds left.
1-point lead for Granite Bay. Here's Reg Pala. Closed off. Tomei. She'll launch a 3. That's off the back iron. Jensen the rebound. Back to Reg Pala. You don't have to take the 3, but she does, and she hits it!
She hit it! Oh, my gosh.
Huge 3-point shot by Audrey Reg Pala. Oh, mercy.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. What a game by Audrey. This was definitely her game. Oh, my gosh. That was wonderful. Now Coach Stewart is talking about defense, talking about how to regroup, move past that next play up, right? So you got to play defense now. Because you know Granite Bay is going to go right back to Powell down low.
Yes.
For a turnaround for the tie. They're not going to go for the win, I doubt, when you're in this situation when you got Powell down low. So they're going to go to her to try to tie up this ball game and win it in overtime. Wow, that was awesome.
Saturday afternoon basketball, why not a little extra? We'll see. Obviously, the Broncos want to hold on for the last 13.3 seconds and close this one out. Huge shot by Audrey Reg Pala.
That was fun. And I mean, from our vantage point, you know, with our angle, that was perfect. What a shot. What a game.
It's like just said, you don't need to take the 3 as she's taking it, and
so,
she didn't need to
George,
take the 3.
Every time we shoot, why don't you say, you don't need to shoot right now because it's going in.
So Granite Bay, full length of the court, 13 seconds to go. Here's Berg, left side, picked up by Reg Pala, who stands to be the hero. Here's Powell, down low, turnaround move, muscles up the shot, gets the roll. Just like you said, Scott, and time will expire.
Yep. It's all right. It's all right. It's good. I mean, we got the momentum. Bella Vista has the momentum going into overtime. Yeah, I mean they were ready for it. I feel like the Broncos were, but that Powell, she's a good player. She got her move. She has that spin move down, which really works to her advantage. So it helped.
All right. So we've got a little extra action here.
Yep.
4 minutes on the clock. We're going to get an extra period here, and we've got overtime. I think this is our first basketball overtime game.
Nice. I love it.
Had a couple lacrosse ones.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, the lacrosse overtime rules are a little different, more sudden death. I don't like that as much, but I like, just putting 4 minutes up on the clock and let them play. Nothing better than free basketball on a Saturday. It's fun.
So what we will do here, the possession arrow does not apply as we start. It will apply after the opening jump, but it does not apply for opening possession. They are going to jump it.
Yep. Like
you do at the beginning of the game.
What do we got here? We got turquoise shoes versus like a pinkish gray shoe going.
And the teams will continue to go in the same direction they did for the second half.
Smart. I like that too. You kind of get used to your bucket, and they don't make them switch.
All right, 4 minutes on the clock. Time for overtime. Granite Bay wins the tip. That means the possession arrow will favor Bella Vista on the next tie-up. Tapuosi, she'll launch a 3. That's on a line. Comes off. Reg Pala the rebound. Reg Pala maybe have been bumped from behind. No call. Reg Pala reaches in. She will get called for a foul here. And it looks like the team fouls carry over.
Oh, yeah. Good observation. Yep.
So that's the 4th team foul on Bella Vista. Here's Berg left side for 3. Long rebound. Berg gets it. Paige Hackman with a deflection. Loose ball on the ground at midcourt.
That good observation on the fouls. That might come into play, obviously, here down the stretch.
Collision underneath is Radler. They kick it back outside. No, this is actually Radler. It was probably Beneduke. Now here's Powell. Turnaround jumper on the way. It's going to dance out. Draws the foul with 3:16 to go in overtime.
That was a good defensive segment there. They got him to, possess the ball down to about 14 to 10 seconds left on the shot clock. So the rest of the game like that, it's going to be a really well-earned ball game by Bella Vista if they keep playing that hard.
Powell gets the roll. First point of overtime. Tomei thought about it, but they closed her off.
Yep.
Steps to the wing left side. Ball deflected. Regpala comes up with it. She's immediately trapped. Tapuosi comes up with it. Tapuosi, she'll find Radler. Can't get the roll. Loose rebound. Tapuosi gets it. Berg for 3. Got it.
It's huge. It starts with a turnover every time.
4-point lead.
Close games like this, you got to take care of the ball.
Broncos turn it over. Granite Bay, whoever's handling the ball at the point for Bella Vista, Granite Bay is immediately collapsing 2 players on them and immediately double teaming them in hopes of forcing a turnover.
Yep, Coach Stewart wanted to sit Audrey down a little bit. She was a little amped up.
Here's Powell inside, leans in for a runner, draws the foul, and that one's going to drop in.
Unfortunate for the Bella Vista Broncos. I mean, a 6-point ball game with such a low-scoring game, that's going to be a hard hole to dig out of. That's unfortunate, especially after such an amazing shot. That would have been a story tale ending with Audrey hitting that 3, but to no avail.
Basket and 1 for Allie Powell. She's got 19 points. Tomei, long 3-point shot. That would have really been big for Bella Vista if that could go in, but it goes out of bounds.
Yep.
So the Broncos were 13.3 seconds away from a win after that 3-point shot from Audrey Regpala. The 2-pointer near the buzzer as the buzzer sounded from Allie Powell tied it up, and now here we are in overtime, and Granite Bay is on a 7-0 run to start the overtime period, now with 1:50 to go. Here's Tomei. Tomei, collision, gets the ball back. Dean the rebound. Back out to Hackman. Here's Nielsen. Nielsen drives in. She'll force one up. Does not go. Powell the rebound.
It's not looking good for the Broncos. I mean, Powell's just too much of a force down low.
Berg hit a 3-pointer just a few moments ago here in overtime that really started the separation between Granite Bay and Bella Vista.
Yep, you're right.
Here's Powell inside, turnaround jumper. What a shot. Powell's got 21 points.
Wow. Good game by Powell. I mean, this overtime. They've really just taken advantage.
I do hope her sister is okay. Right now, I only see 2 players on the bench, along with the 5. There's a shot that banks in.
All right.
And a foul. So the Broncos are finally on the board. Mackenzie Dean is now up to 11 points.
What a game by Mackenzie Dean as well. Her and Audrey Regpala really stepped up.
Need the free throw here for Bella Vista. Powell the rebound. Lead is 7. It's like a full timeout called by the Grizzlies. So 1:03 to go. A reminder of our plans coming your way next week. First of all, both the Bella Vista boys and girls teams travel to Roseville to take on Wood Creek on Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, and then we are back here Thursday and Friday for senior night. First for the girls, that'll be Thursday, February 13th. We'll get started right around 7:10 or so in time to bring you the senior night festivities, and then we will have the boys' senior night the following night. Both teams will be playing Vista Del Lago. Bella Vista against Vista Del Lago. It's the battle of the Vistas.
Yep.
Beautiful view against the view of the lake.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I prefer the beautiful view in that scenario, definitely. But right now I prefer Bella Vista to play really solid defense, perhaps get a turnover. If they get a turnover here, this is going to be a very interesting ball game.
well, we certainly had a beautiful view with 13.3 seconds to go.
We did, absolutely. Oh, she picked up a
Broncos
dribble.
with the backcourt. You mentioned the turnover, and that's going to Bella Vista. What a move by Paige Hackman. Got her hand on the ball and then knocked it off of Tapuosi.
One play at a time. You got to start one play at a time. 56 seconds is an eternity in basketball.
Here's Jensen. Jensen, step around move. Muscles up the shot! Gets the deuce and will go to the line!
I'm telling you, 52 seconds now is an eternity, like I said. 5-point ball game. Hope to be 4.
Both teams had 5 team fouls, and again, the team fouls did carry over into overtime.
Yep. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Basket and one
Okay,
for
defense
Ava
again.
Jensen.
Defense again, right?
4-point lead.
Make
Broncos putting up the full court pressure once again. Trapping defense. There's a collision. They're going to call the foul, which
That's all
will
right.
result
That's
in
all right.
free throws. And you're
Yeah.
right. For Bella Vista, it will be just fine here because you're going to force them to make the free throws.
Yep, absolutely. That was almost a situation where it was a foul situation, but they were trying to get the ball. So
This is Maddie Beneduke.
all right, now we got to get a rebound, right? So right now, both Emma and Ava are looking right across each other, saying we got to get this rebound.
Next one is also off. Hackman the rebound. Immediately hounded and double teamed. Tomei with it. Miko Cooper will pick her up, and then Beneduke.
We don't
Aside
need a three.
Givens, here's Jensen. Jensen forces up a shot and draws the foul again.
Yep, it's a good move. It's a good move. I mean, you know, end of ball game scenarios like that, you got to get it in. You don't need a 3 right there. You just need to keep chipping away.
Jensen, who just hit a couple of one free throw following a bucket a few moments ago. We have
Tapiosi is fouled out, looks like.
Tapuosi has fouled out, so coming back into the game is Radler. So this means, well, they've got 3 players on the bench now. So Katie Powell is on the bench. They have 8 players total, but she's not played, I don't think, in the
She
second
hasn't,
half.
absolutely. I really do hope she's okay. Hope something didn't happen there.
This would cut it to 3. And the bank is open for
Again,
Ava Jensen.
defense.
Here is the full court press defense right now. This is Beneduke. Hackman has forced some turnovers lately. Berg in the back.
Coach is not
They're going to have to foul.
Yeah, she's
They
not.
could. Right now.
You got to foul her. You got to. Don't foul
I don't
her.
know
Foul
why.
her.
Don't know why they're not fouling. They're
Yep,
just
you gotta
able
foul.
to
You
run
gotta
the
foul.
clock. Hackman got a hand in there, and finally they get the foul called. Did you hear Becky Stewart?
Yep, she was trying to get a foul, so that's just something.
We can't let them run the clock out.
That's just something you got to do. They haven't been in a situation like this all year, so they could have fouled a little bit earlier.
If Beneduke makes one of these, it's going to be very difficult for Bella Vista.
Say it again, George. Say it again.
Broncos will have a chance if she can miss this one, and they get the rebound.
I want to get a rebound and a timeout. That's what I want to do.
Broncos haven't used a timeout yet. There's the miss.
Timeout.
There's
Timeout.
the rebound.
Timeout.
Jensen the
Ooh,
rebound.
we got lucky. Not the best play by Powell there, fighting for that rebound because she gets a free throw. But now
It's only 2.
it
It's
is only
free
two.
throws.
It is only 2, but it stops the clock. And it also gets us in a situation where we need to remember as players now on this next defensive set, you got to foul after this. You have to foul.
And it has to be immediate.
Right. And not a flagrant. All right, good game. This is fun.
And Brian Powell is going to call a timeout here.
Ice the shooter a little bit, old
Probably,
school style.
yes.
I like that.
Now, we saw in one of the games recently a Bella Vista player, it may have been the boys' game, where they tried to force up and miss a free throw.
Right. Didn't hit the rim, though, right?
It didn't hit the rim. They threw up like that line drive shot.
Yep.
It hit the glass, but it didn't graze the rim.
Yep.
And so it has to hit the rim.
Yep. You could try that play here too. I don't know. What do you think about that? Would you try that play here?
It depends on how much they've practiced it.
I know. I
mean,
don't think they have.
If
probably.
anybody's going to execute it, it's going to be somebody like Ava Jensen.
Yeah. And I would almost try my best right now to make the shot, and then of course be ready to rebound and put it right back up if they get it.
Yeah, if you do get the rebound and put it back up and in, you tie it again.
Yep, exactly. So
Ava's shooting for it. There is the missed
but
shot.
the long
They got
rebound.
And Paige Hackman gets
Yep,
there and
that's
fouls
good.
immediately.
That's good.
She needed to do that.
Unfortunately, that it was a good shot by Ava. She had to try to make it, but it was that long rebound. That's what you didn't want to necessarily see in that situation.
Broncos have a chance. They have not called a timeout in this game.
Oh, you're right. Timeouts left 5.
Broncos have a chance. This is Radler. So that is now a 3-point game. If she makes this one, now the Broncos will use their first timeout of the game.
Little bit of ice in the shooter right there too. So again, like we already mentioned, I want to see a rebound after this missed free throw, and I want to see a quick timeout right away.
That's the first point of the game for Sarah Radler. Wow, this has been fun.
It has been fun. Basketball is so fun to watch, especially on a Saturday. 2 well-matched teams. It's super enjoyable. This is what CIF really needs to note. I mean, CIF really needs to start paying attention to some of these 7,000-point defeat games.
Yes.
Because if you pair teams up, even if it means changing schedules in the middle of the year, like if you pair teams up that are evenly matched, it's so much more fun.
It is for the fans, and it is for the players.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I know CIF, maybe they have other objectives, with like trying to find number 1 teams for playoffs. Maybe that's their objectives. I don't know. But the middle of season in CIF is a challenge.
I suppose that with the rules on who gets into the playoffs, if you have there come in Christian Brothers and Del Oro and Folsom all in the same league, there are going to be some really good teams that don't make it. But at the same time, maybe you need to intersperse those teams throughout a greater number of leagues or something.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure. That's a good idea. All right, let's get a timeout.
Hackman has the rebound. Broncos are going to play for it, and it's taken away. Time is going to expire, and the Broncos go down to defeat here 44-41 in a very, very spirited, close, high-energy game for the Broncos.
It was.
It's just unfortunate that it didn't work their way. They got the missed shot. They got the rebound.
Yep.
Certainly a timeout could have helped them set something up there, but maybe that's what they discussed on the timeout. If we get the rebound, we're going to push it. We're going to try and get the shot.
Yeah.
You got to give credit to Granite Bay's defense.
Absolutely,
They prevented that opportunity from happening.
For sure they did. Yeah, they rotated on defense there, and they got their hands up. So that's one of the strengths of Granite Bay is they have quick hands. They rotate well to the ball. But all in all, a great game by Bella Vista. I mean, a 3-point game against a SFL team. I'd love to see it on a Saturday.
But you are absolutely right about one thing: is this is the kind of game that you want to have showcased. This is the kind of game that you want to have more of. You want to have some kind of parity. And again, I don't know that means taking all the teams that are evenly matched and putting them in one league, because then there are some higher teams that don't wind up getting to the playoffs.
Absolutely,
so maybe there's a way to, as I mentioned, maybe 2 of those elite teams in every league, and then maybe most of the games can be close.
Absolutely.
And then the teams that qualify for the playoffs or the teams that qualify for the playoffs. But a fun one here tonight.
Yep.
The Broncos played hard. They played close. They had their chances. Obviously just 2 points in that second quarter. That's one thing that you can look to, because Granite Bay only had 4 points. If the Broncos get some shots to fall in that second quarter, we're not going to overtime.
No, absolutely. I know, as a coach, Coach Stewart's probably like, we got the shots we wanted to see. They didn't fall today, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't be taking them.
Right.
Looks like she's coming up here.
So Coach Stewart is going to be joining us here in just a second, and we will get ready to hand over the microphone. Here we go, and let's have Becky slide in here. All right. Well, that was a close one. Unfortunately, just kind of got away at the end there.
It was a fun game to coach. I knew that we would match up with Granite Bay, kind of why I scheduled this game.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the season to hopefully give us some confidence booster and stuff. My girls, that was probably our best team game that we played. We moved the ball on offense. We got some good open shots. We went away from it for a little bit, lost a little bit of what we needed to do, but then came back again and got it. But then at the end there, I had asked for a foul. I told them, whatever you do, don't give them a shot. Foul them before they shoot. And because we had fouls to give, and we didn't quite get that. They didn't quite understand that message. And again, that's the youth, and that's the learning.
For sure.
And I know next time when we're in this situation, they'll do the right thing. So it's unfortunate we let one get away.
So you had some end-game situations here that you haven't had a lot of this year, and Audrey Regpala comes up with that big three-pointer with 13.3 seconds to go.
Yeah, and I was hoping we'd get an opportunity at another one. I subbed her in there at the end, hoping we could get a quick outlet pass and another quick pass and get to her. But again, it's them learning and understanding how to play in those situations. I know Ellie was super frustrated today. Her shot just wasn't quite there, and I think she's not feeling 100%, which doesn't help.
Right.
She's been fighting the crud just like I am,
Yeah, lots
and
of it.
she's been. I think today it kind of took a toll on her, which was too bad. But she did. When I pulled her out at one point, I pulled her aside and I just said, "Hey, shot's not there, but maybe tonight your night is passing and leading by your defense." And she went in and continued to do that. So I was proud of her for that.
She had a nice pass to Mackenzie Dean in the fourth quarter. And Mackenzie Dean had a terrific second half.
Yes, she did. Yeah, she did. I just sometimes wish it would start sooner.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes it's like we got to settle down. When people match up with us, we always tend to struggle a little bit when we have people who are similar height as us. Kenzie tends to struggle a little bit at the start of the game, but once she can settle in, she does better. I thought Ava did a great job. She was defending one of their big girls, one of their players. They had a couple really great players. Their little guard, 24. She was like a bulldozer. She didn't stop.
Yeah, no, she was something else.
Audrey took, I think, a charge on her, though.
She did. Yeah, same with Bridget.
Yeah. And speaking of whom, we talked about Bridget before the game started, and she took a couple of big charges against Christian Brothers on Thursday as well.
Yes.
Which is something that you've been working with her on.
Yeah, she leads our teams with charges. I think we have one or two others who maybe have one, but she's been getting about one a game the last few games, and working on her footwork and doing the things I'm asking her to do. So I'm super, super proud of her.
Another bounce back game for Ava Jensen as well. She played really hard, especially down the stretch. Hit some big free throws. Especially in the overtime period. Granite Bay jumped out of that 7-point lead in overtime, but then you guys kept fighting back, and you brought it back. And some of the things that Ava did down the stretch really helped get you close.
Yeah, and we worked a couple plays to where we were trying to get the ball to Ava in the middle, and they did a good job. We got them. A couple times she made the shot, a couple times she didn't. And that's what's going to happen, and that's just the learning game for these kids. Super proud of them, though. I want to coach another team. So proud of these girls.
Boy, just 1 week left.
It's crazy. Flown by.
2 games.
2 games.
2 games, yep. We're at Wood Creek on Tuesday, and then home here for our senior night against Vista Del Lago, and that's the one I'm hoping we don't let get away.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, we will see you next week. Best of luck, and continued success not only on the court but also in getting over the cold that you've been
Yes.
battling for the
Yes.
last week or so. Having been through it recently myself, I feel for you.
Yeah,
big
well,
time.
thank you so much. Thank you again for being here this afternoon. It was a great game, good atmosphere. Girls played hard, and I can't ask for anything more than that.
Agreed.
We're coming together and starting to do some things that I've been asking all year, and it's starting
Nice.
to click a little bit. And,
And
that's
for those
what's
that are
important.
coming back next year, I mean, we're going to honor 5 next week, but then there's the ones that are coming back next year. Hopefully this can carry over for them in the next year.
Yep, I'm hoping so. And JV team did really good today and pulled out another win. They won two last week, which was awesome. So super proud of where our program is headed.
And the freshmen get the win today too.
Yeah,
So that was
that's huge.
That was good for the program as well. Great. Well, thank you, Becky.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of the weekend. We will talk to you next week. And once again, it is a 44-41 win
Thanks, Coach.
for Granite Bay here this evening. We'll go ahead and run down some of the final numbers here. 21 points for Allie Powell. And then it drops all the way down to the 6 points for Sadie Berg. She hit a 3-point shot in the fourth quarter and one in overtime. Katie Powell also had 6 points, but we didn't see her in the second half. I fear that she's either hurt or maybe just not feeling well.
Right, could be.
5 points each for Maddie Beneduke and Hallie Tapuosi, and then 1 point for Sarah Radler, and that was a big free throw that she hit down the stretch to give them that 3-point lead. Ellie Tomei finishes with 6 points, a 3-pointer, and 3 free throws. But the leading scorer for Bella Vista tonight was Mackenzie Dean. She finished with 11 points. Ava Jensen, another solid performance as well. She had 9, and I think that she was well over double digits in rebounds.
Yep,
9
good
points
game.
for Audrey Regpala, including that 3-pointer with 13 seconds to go in the fourth quarter that gave Bella Vista the lead momentarily before Allie Powell tied it up at the buzzer. 6 points for we mentioned. I checked that the 9 points for Audrey Regpala. We talked about the 6 points for Ellie Tomei, and then 2 points for Emma Givens. That rounds out the scoring for Bella Vista. So that's going to wrap it up for us on this Saturday afternoon. We thank you very much for joining us and invite you to join us next Thursday as the Lady Broncos will take on Vista Del Lago for senior night. We will honor the 5 graduating seniors on this team. Paige Hackman, Ellie Tomei, Emma Thompson, Audrey Regpala, and Mackenzie Dean will be honored on senior night here at Bella Vista High School on Thursday. We'll get underway right just a little bit after 7 o'clock, right after the JV game ends. We'll take the air and we'll bring you all the senior night festivities, and then of course we will bring you the game that will follow. The following night, Friday night, we will have the boys game against Vista Del Lago, and that is the boys senior night. We'll honor the graduating seniors for the Broncos boys basketball team. That's on Valentine's Day this Friday night. And again, same story will come on right after the JV game ends. Thank you again so much for joining us here tonight. Thank you to our crew, JT Stewart on the camera. The producer is Julie Tharlson. For Scott Hackman, I'm George Tharlson. Have a great night, everyone, and we'll see you next week.